Namaste. My name is Vivekanand. This is a short tutorial explaining basics of Hangout on Air, popularly known as HOA. Let me begin by answering the question, why Hangout on Air? YouTube is second largest search engine. Hangout on Air gives every entrepreneur an easy way to make themselves visible on YouTube. When you are easily found on YouTube, you have greater chance of being found by your customers. Here is a mind map of the basics of HOA. Don't worry if it looks sophisticated. I'm here to simplify. Let me simplify it by zooming in on each branch and explaining. I have zoomed into the first branch. For a good experience while doing a HOA, you need a fast computing device, maybe an Apple, a Windows, or a Linux computer. Pad devices such as iPad or Android Pad, even iPhone or Android phone which has fast internet access. These are the computing devices that can be used. The key is the device itself needs to be fast and should have fast internet access. Next requirement is Ethernet. It is highly recommended that you use a wired network to connect to the internet while you are participating or hosting a Hangout on Air. With wireless, you have less hope. If you use Wi-Fi to connect to the internet, then most likely you would have a bad experience. You probably would drop out frequently. Your video or even your voice may not be clear. Why? Because HOA needs fast internet access, and it's actually the upload speed which is a bottleneck in most cases. Most internet service providers only advertise download speeds, and many may not even mention upload speeds. Remember, Wi-Fi gives bad experience for your HOA. Avoid using it if you can. Next, you need a decent pair of headphones. Because if you try to use the built-in speakers on your device, everyone in the HOA will hear an echo. Your device then tries to cancel the echo, which would put unnecessary stress on your computing device. You may not really like wearing a headset, but it is similar to wearing a seat belt in a car or in an aeroplane. Echo will create unnecessary stress, not just for you, but for your computing device as well. Why needlessly stress yourself? Use a simple, decent pair of headphones. In a HOA, you want your audience to hear only your voice and not the sounds from wherever you are. If you don't use an external microphone and there is something else going on in the location where you are, then you are causing distraction to everyone else in the HOA, and it would be rude on your part. It is also pointless if it is not clear, and it is politeness and courtesy to mute your own microphone whenever you are not speaking. For example, you may have to cough or sneeze or something similar. It may be rude on your part if you don't mute your microphone when you need to do any of these, because most people would wear headsets and your cough or sneeze directly hits their ears. You also need to light up your own face properly. Help the camera you use so that it helps your self image. The light, which may be natural or artificial, has to be up from below your eye level. This gets rid of those bags under your eyes. If you wear glasses or specs, it's better if you have anti glare coating on them to avoid reflection, because when light reflects off your specs, it reduces the eye to eye communication, which is so important. Please note that any source of light behind you would force the webcam to adjust itself. This will put extra computing burden on your device if you're not careful. So I have had to take extra care when I created these slides, make them darker in color and so on. When you use HOAs for your business purpose, you know your branding is important, so you need to use what is known as the lower third, or better still, use what is known as custom overlay. Two choices for branding your HOAs properly. To improve the video quality, you should use an external webcam. A good external webcam would do a lot of video processing within itself, and this reduces stress on computing device that you use. Proper webcams have video compression hardware within themselves, which improves the quality of video in your HOA. As I said before, in communication with another human, eye to eye contact is very important. So you should always look at the webcam directly when you talk. You need to watch the background that your webcam sees. Whatever the webcam sees will be seen by the audience. To maintain eye contact, you should make it a practice to look in the general direction of the webcam. On a computer, this can easily be done by reducing the size of the video window to about 2 to 3 inches or so, and placing this window very close to where the webcam is. All right, let us say that you now have started your own HOA series and you think that it would be great if you have a guest on your show. You need to consider three main things. You need to have a checklist of what you expect from the guest, how much time, and when. You need to communicate this to your guest well in advance. You need to make sure that the guest is relevant to your show and would add value to your show. Most important is you need to think in terms of what's in it for the guest to appear on your show. Only when you have good answers to these questions, you can think of a guest. Remember that you have to make sure that your guest feels comfortable, is aware of what is expected, how everything works, especially how to mute and unmute their microphone and camera, etc. As a host, it would be your responsibility. Whatever your guests say or do, will be recorded on your YouTube channel, and so it will be all your responsibility. Thank you for watching this short video. Do please share the link to this video on Google Plus, YouTube, and so on. You can reach me through my Google Plus profile or through my website, wake-technology.com. If you go to my Google Plus profile, you can see my Facebook link, you can see my LinkedIn link. Please do subscribe to my YouTube channel by clicking on the subscribe button by going to my website. Integrate, simplify life.